When I started watching Rue's videos several years ago, I knew that there was something magical about Surf Simply, but I didn't understand how good it would be until I got here. And when you find something real, you go with that.
I feel like as if Surf Simply has become a very important part of who I am. They act as kind of almost like a barometer of where I am in life. They have seen me through many changes in my life, and I have seen them through many changes in their life. So we really have become a family at this point.
They called me the sponger. So I had to go down the wave to block the wave for my buddies. So my buddies, I cut off everybody else. I was like the human sacrifice so my buddies could catch the wave. And I said, God damn it, I want to be the guy that's on the wave. I want to be the guy that's on the clear water. So that's when I first started surfing.
And how did you find out about surfing? What was your motivation to come here?
So it's a great story and it's emotional. So my buddy called me and I recently lost my mom and I recently lost my dad. And my buddy said, Piazza, we go surfing sometimes. And he says, there's a great place that I found according to the Wall Street Journal and Forbes magazine called Surf Simply. I said, I'm in.
I think the first time that I came, I had been attracted to Rue's videos of Whiteboard Wednesdays. And I knew that Surf Simply had something a lot more to offer if I got here in person. But after the first time, I realized it wasn't going to be the end of the journey for me to learn how to surf. So I came back the second time and built on everything that I had learned the first time. And then I wanted to come back again.
What are we talking about? What do you want to know, Giuseppe?
How did you start surfing?
When and how did I start surfing? Well, I started about 15 years ago here in Nosara. I tried for the first time. Done it off and on, never having really figured it out, I would say.
I'm going through a very different life change right now, so I felt like I needed this gift to myself to be able to spend time where I heal the most, in the ocean.
I found out about it through my boyfriend, Jack. We only been dating maybe one date, and he told me about it. And then asked me on my second date.
All other sports I tried, I picked up really fast. But surfing was I think the toughest sport I've tried. And so that really kind of challenged me to why is this fucking hard, right?
So I started surfing when I was 45 years old.
And can you recall the very first time you surfed? How did you feel?
Yeah, I hate it. It was so tough.
You know, what's great about this place, I think, is that this approach to learning is codified, right? That there is a step-by-step approach. To have the ability to have a really systematic approach to this that then is sort of amplified by video and photography is pretty awesome.
Tell me a little bit more about this week. Who was your coach and what have you been working on?
Teal was my coach.
We want to make sure that those hands continue to frame and we send those hips back as you're starting to go for that second turn.
When we started, we were working on like steep ankle takeoffs.
Look at how straight that front leg gets. Back knee bends in, and that's him pivoting around at that point.
And then we started going towards cutbacks, sharper turns, carving.
Teal just had a really strong way of communicating how to be efficient and use the wave to our advantage, and also think, which I loved, you know, plan. What are you gonna do? You see the wave, what's your first move? I loved it.
I was working with Will again, and Will has a good sense for me of what my limitations are and how to improve on where my weaknesses are. And we started working on when to be able to turn back down and make a cut back and then come back in or do a kick out of the wave.
Definitely a trend on the hillside waves that we want to focus on a little bit this afternoon, because if we don't have that lowness, it'll also compromise our carve because we won't have the stability. So there's a knock-on effect, right?
Okay. And this has been something I've wanted to do for years, and it meant the world to me that he thought I was ready for this, and so I started doing it, and it's amazing to be able to be knowledgeable and experienced enough to be able to do something like this.
The coach was Amaya.
We've timed it perfectly, and that's why I said here, great timing, paddling into the unbroken wave, right place, right time, right speed. You just lined everything up really, really well.
She was absolutely amazing. She adjusted when I adjusted. She pushed me when she wanted me to push. She's a professional surfer from Australia, and yet, but her caringness, her consideration, her instruction. I'm going to be thinking about my feet position. I'm going to be thinking about looking forward. And my entire job right now, Pepe, is to look for the clear water.
What was your favorite part of the experience?
Favorite part of the experience? You know, like I love just being on the ocean. It's amazing. It was great. The people were terrific. Obviously, all the staff is terrific. But the group here that was with us, they were all awesome. So that was fun. And it's just, you know, I found out 2 weeks ago that I got off the a waiting list that I was on for about 4 years.
Everything was like top notch, right? Massages were great. The stretching, that's some of the best stretching. Because I do, at home I do yoga and Pilates, but this is some of the best stretching I've ever done. But I think the food and drinks was just amazing, and like exceeded, because I had friends who've come here before and they told me it's great, but it exceeded my expectations.
I think it was the people. It is rare that you take a solo vacation where you know nobody. I know Abe, but that everyone becomes a family in a week. It's very fast if you think about that. I think that's the best part of it, between all the instructors, all the staff here at Surf Simply, but then the surfers, the other students in the group. Everyone bonded so fast, and it was great.
Was there any member of staff that made a difference for you?
Yeah, I would say that I would say Teal first and foremost, because her coaching was so spot on.
Obviously my coach, Teal, right?
Insightful, and just really, wanted us to excel and be better. I also felt like really Diego and Andy and Rue in the water, just everyone, were so kind. Every time I told Andy, every time I took a wave, and he would just smile and say, "That was a great wave, Charles." And it was just really a nice feeling to get cheered on from, I felt like a friend in the water.
What's your main takeaway from this week? What's something that you're gonna remember 5 years from now?
I think it's enjoyment. I really enjoy this week, these 7 days. I enjoy the group. I enjoy meeting the coaches, surfing, sunset. Enjoyment.
It was an emotional experience. The friends that I met here, the camaraderie of these people, the coaches, were absolutely incredible, and it was a magical experience. And I'm emotional from a standpoint that my mom left me a little note before she died 3 weeks ago. And she said, Joey, take this note. And the note was from Abraham Lincoln. And she said, in the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. So what that means is the quality of your life. And Surf simply improved the quality of my life.